Topic this morning is the Nashville Urban League, and we're talking to Mr. Ken Martin, who is the director of Human Resources and Development at the Nashville Urban League. Mr. Martin, I almost identified you as the director of housing.
No problem.
And let me apologize for that, but I think we were talking about housing.
Certainly.
And let's look at some of the issues that we were talking about before we had our second commercial break. And to have you and give you an opportunity over the last 5 or 6 minutes that we have here to perhaps talk about some of the things that you believe to be important that our audience ought to know about this morning that we've not had an opportunity either to talk about or we've not had an opportunity to allow you to give the information that you think that our audience ought to have. Let's allow you that opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Two of the other departments within the Nashville Urban League that I briefly touched on, the Department of Education and our Youth Services Department, I think are also very critical components of our organization. Our education department is primarily responsible for training those individuals who have not gotten their high school diplomas through our GED program, and then subsequently some of those go on to our higher education institutions like Tennessee State, Belmont, Nashville Tech, and we've had some pretty good success in that. What they are now lending most of their direction to is trying to prepare individuals to go into the 21st century on the information highway, as we would refer to it, to be more affluent in being able to relate to the kinds of things that they're going to be demanding in the workforce. We also are trying to strengthen our youth through our youth services program. We have several youth that come to us after school during the regular school year, and they're primarily there all summer seeking advice, doing work around the Urban League, assisting us with all of our different programs, and also becoming proficient in our computer lab. So all of these programs put together form a very good blend and provide some community activities which we would like to be involved in, and also letting people know that the Urban League is multifaceted and that we try to serve a big populace, and we're there to help in any way we can, but by the same token, we want everyone to share in us trying to get through our mission.
Now, a person can receive a GED through your education component.
Can be prepared, can receive preparation to take the GED through our component.
Through your component.
That success rate has been very good. Again, we get individuals who come through referrals and or by word of mouth seeking preparation for that. We have some excellent instructors on staff, and the program has worked quite well.
How widespread, Mr. Martin, from your perspective, is the need for the kind of education programs that you're providing? Are there a large number of folks in the community who lack the skills and lack the information that you're providing? Is that what you're saying?
We are finding that the numbers are increasing, and we don't know why. We don't know if it's perhaps because of different social impacts or economic impacts, things that might have happened in the past, but the numbers are increasing. And we're there to try to help fill that void in the event that other agencies cannot, or if they just want to come to the Nashville Urban League. Then we would like to embrace them with welcome arms and do what we can to facilitate their having completed the necessary things that they need.
You know, I think that Mr. John Fair, who is the director of the Nashville Urban League, has remarked on several occasions that unless African Americans become more active, they're not going to be able to receive the benefit of one of the great developments that's occurring in the area that's surrounding the physical location of the Nashville Urban League, and that is the Centennial Mall development. What are some of your thoughts in terms of what we ought to do this morning, what young people could do this morning to become involved in some of these activities?
One of the primary things, and we've talked about this periodically, is that they must become involved in trying to seek employment opportunities in those areas and find out what kind of jobs are available, if they're prepared for them, and if they can get them worked out in their individual schedules and still maintain their educational pursuits. Without that, of course, you cannot sit back and say what did or did not transpire if you didn't make the effort to become involved. And we're encouraging them to do that, and we're trying to assist them in obtaining those opportunities because they are so close to our agency and so close to their neighborhoods also.
You know, I think, Mr. Martin, as we near the end of the show, let's elicit from you at least a statement that I sincerely believe in, that in spite of everything this morning, that there is still tremendous opportunities for people who wish to apply themselves, and people are still hiring, and even though the jobs might not be exactly what you would like to have as a job, there's always a starting point and there's always opportunity. Would you agree with that?
Oh, certainly, certainly. We receive opportunities almost daily from a number of organizations within this city. Many of them are entry-level. We have mid-level positions, and then we have opportunities on a higher scale. But again, if an individual is willing to go in and get their foot in the door, show some promise, do the work, be on time, and make the effort, and go beyond the call of duty periodically, but make sure that you're going to be there and be willing. Hey, we'll get there.
That is, so if they're willing, no matter what job that they start in this morning, that there's always a possibility of upward mobility, and they can improve whatever their situation is.
I found the opportunities to exist.
Very good, and let me thank you, Mr. Martin, for bringing us that excellent information about the Nashville Urban League and some of the possibilities that are open, and indeed some of the opportunities that are open for young people, and indeed those who might not be so young, not only to find employment, but at the same time to find the skills that are necessary. I think that for the most part, you have served an excellent example. And let us encourage you to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.